Hey Lakeview teachers, so here's a quick overview of Google Forms which you can use to send out quizzes to your students that can grade themselves as long as it's multiple choice answers or like true false, but you can also collect short answers from your students as well, which you can use to get an idea of where they're at. With the fourth grade teachers, we talked about using this for sending out reading passages and then having question prompts after that to ask them about those passages. So this can be a nice tool to use while the Canvas issues are still getting worked out if you want to send out a quick quiz to your students. So this is Google Forms. This is the home page here. You would start with a blank form, and then at the top you could give it a title about whatever topic you're wanting to talk about. You can have a description, and then you just add in your questions. So maybe you would paste in a short reading passage here or something like that, whatever you wanted it to be. And then if you're doing multiple choice questions, you can add those. You can also add in an other option if you want students to be able to say, no, it's none of these actually, and I'm going to type in my answer. So pretty straightforward. You can add in as many as you want. You can also add pictures here, which is nice. And then you can change it to a different question type if you wanted to do like a check all that apply, or you could have a short answer or paragraph here as well. So lots of different possibilities for the question types that you can add in. And then on the right side, if you did want to add in video or images, that's also possible as well. Generally, it's good to make all the questions required just so the students have to answer them before they can turn it in. So that's the basics of how you would set up the questions. And then if you do want it to grade itself, you would go to the settings icon up here, and under quizzes, check make this a quiz. And then you can choose if you want to show the students the grade immediately after they submit it, or if you're going to show them later, and then they'll have to submit an email address with this if you want to do that. Or they could really just enter anything you want and you could deal with it on your side. Then you can choose if you want your students to see anything they missed, what the correct answers are, and the point values, so you can check or uncheck those if you want to also. After you've turned that on, you'll just want to click on the question that you want to set the answer for and hit answer key here. And then it'll say choose correct answers. You'll pick the one that is correct. And then you can also add feedback, which is really nice. So you can add feedback for incorrect answers, like maybe you need to think more about this. You can add a link to something if you want. And you can also give feedback for the correct answer as well, which is cool. After you've got everything built here, then you would want to give your form a title if you haven't already, and then hit send at the top right. And it will give you a link, which you can then use a QR code, might be the easiest way, or if you hit shorten URL, it'll give you a shorter link. But you can also use sites like Bitly. If you're not familiar with Bitly, it's really nice for creating even shorter links that can be great for typing in. So you would copy this over into Bitly, and it's a free resource, bitly.com. So you would create it, paste it. Oops, let me get the link there. Paste it. And then you can even customize it. So if you wanted to name it like 4th grade quiz 1 or something like that, that can be really easy for the students to type in if you don't want to use the QR codes. Then when you're all done, you'll be able to see your student responses here, and you can export that to a spreadsheet also. Main thing, if you are doing it this way, you'll probably want to add a question that asks for the student's name as well, just so that they type in their name on the sheet also. So that's one thing to make sure to ask. And then all your responses will show up here. So it's a great way to get some quick self-graded feedback on questions like that while Canvas is still sorting itself out. So hope that was helpful, and let us know if you have any questions at all.